Hi, I'm Ryan Knoll. I'm behind the Man of the Market blog and YouTube channel. My goal as a financial advisor is to help you to make more informed financial decisions. Have you ever wondered what happens to your retirement funds when you leave an employer? For many of us, a 401k or other type of retirement plan left at a previous employer likely represents our biggest nest egg. This brief video will go over the 4 options you have with your retirement plan when you do leave an employer. Those 4 options are: you can leave it with that employer, you can roll it into a new plan, you can cash it out, or you can take the avenue that most people take and you can roll it over into an IRA. Let's talk about your first option, leaving it in the plan. You can leave your funds in your current retirement plan, and that's a completely viable option. The money stays invested as it was previously. The drawback here is you can no longer contribute to this plan because you're not working at that employer anymore. But for all intents and purposes, the money stays invested and grows or contracts based off of how your underlying investments perform. There are pros and cons to leaving it in your employer's plan. Let's start with the pros. First, there's no taxable event because there was no withdrawal of the funds. Second, the money stays invested exactly how it was before. And third, more often than not, this is generally a pretty cheap way to invest. Let's go to the cons. Your plan may have some poor investment choices. Your plan may move the money if it is under a certain dollar amount. Finally, you might not realize this, but you may be paying more in fees than what you're aware of, especially if you're in a smaller employer plan. Let's go on to your next option. You can roll it into your new employer plan. You also have the option of rolling your funds into a new employer plan. Let's say you left one job for another job. You can take your money from that previous job and roll it into your new employer's 401k or retirement plan. This can be a great way to keep track of all of your retirement accounts in one place. However, just like with any of these options, there are pros and cons. First, let's start with the pros. First, this consolidates your assets all in one place. Second, it can be cheaper than the old plan if there's less fees involved with the investment options in the new employer plan. And finally, there's likely a few different investment options that you have in this plan that may not have been available in the other plan, which could in turn give you more options to grow your money more efficiently. There are some cons. First and foremost, many of these cons are the same exact ones as leaving the money in the old retirement plan. There is one major con here that isn't involved with the old retirement plan, and that is the fact that if the money isn't moved in the right way, this could trigger a taxable event for you as the investor, which is something you surely want to avoid. Your next option is cashing out. You also have the option just to cash out of the retirement plan altogether. I would say that this makes sense in very rare circumstances, and this should be a last resort option for you to choose. If the funds are traditional funds, you will pay taxes on the distributions when you do decide to cash out, and if you're under the age of 59 and a half, you'll also pay a penalty of 10%. If they're Roth funds, you likely don't have to pay taxes, but you will have to pay that 10% penalty if you pull out before the age of 59 and a half. Most people will never choose this option, and I hardly ever advise it, only in very special circumstances. So please think twice before taking this option. Your final option is you can roll this money over into an IRA. This might be the most popular option and is the option that most of my clients take. Rolling your money into an IRA takes it out of the employer-sponsored plan and moves it into a self-directed plan. This doesn't mean you have to manage these funds yourself. You could hire someone like myself to do that for you. Let's go over the pros and cons of this option. There are 4 major pros when it comes to rolling an old 401k or retirement plan into an IRA. The first is you have more investment options. Chances are you only have up to 2 dozen or so mutual fund options inside of a 401k plan. Inside of an IRA, you have almost unlimited access to different types of investments. You can hire a professional for guidance. This will take the burden off of you, allowing you to do things you enjoy more than managing your money, and put that burden on a financial advisor who is trained to do this for you. There's a more transparent fee structure when it comes to investing inside of an IRA. There may be no fees if you're self-directed, or an assets under management fee if you do hire an advisor. Finally, this gives you more control over your finances and you're not subject to the whims of a 401k plan. Let's talk about the cons. There are some cons. The first one is this may cost more. You want to do a cost-benefit analysis of what you're paying in your current 401k versus what you would pay if you were to roll this money into an IRA. If this isn't done right, there's also the opportunity that this becomes a taxable event for you. This needs to be avoided at all costs, and this is where working with an advisor typically helps to avoid having that happen. Finally, if you don't know what you're doing, you could do a poor job of managing your money if you're not well versed in picking and choosing different types of investments. To wrap things up today, let's review your 4 options. Option number 1, you can leave it in your old plan. Option number 2, you can roll it over into a new plan. Option number 3, which is the most ill-advised of the 3 options, is you can just cash out of the plan altogether and take your money and run. Option 4 is also the most popular option, and that's to roll your money into an IRA, which is a self-directed account. You can manage that IRA yourself, or you can hire someone like myself to help manage it for you. Regardless of what you choose today, you need to know that you can choose any of these options at any point in time. What you choose today doesn't necessarily dictate what you can choose tomorrow. The important thing is to come up with a plan. A financial advisor can help you do that. Rolling the money into an IRA and having a financial advisor come up with a long-term financial plan is typically one of the most beneficial options, and the option that I recommend most clients take. Thank you for watching.